We are recording. Hello and welcome everyone, and welcome to episode 7 of Race Pace Radio. We're your hosts,
Kiara and
Chris. This episode, we're gonna recap the second triple header of the F1 season along with Miami, and preview the Canadian GP, NASCAR's return to Mexico, and the IndyCar race at Worldwide Technology Raceway, along with the 24 Hours of Le Mans. We're gonna start with some news and give our thoughts about the second triple header. Let's get into it. So news. NASCAR had some, not really much, in the last month. First was the fact that NASCAR Full Speed Season 2 is now available on Netflix. Uh, Also, the in season challenge that they're doing is now finalized for the field of 32 drivers, I believe, that will be a part of it, along with the broadcasting team for TNT Sports, which will be starting in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, something like that. Then also the big news in the time frame was that Chris Buescher, so one of the Roush Fenway Keselowski racing drivers, got an L1 penalty after Kansas. It got revoked for the most part. So that was it. F1, we've had some interesting news. Uh, Oliver Oakes was released or left as team principal at Alpine. Um, and I get what Flavio is still the team principal technically.
yeah,
I don't know what's going on over there.
no one wants my opinion on that, let me just be honest.
um, then Jack Doohan is out. Franco Colapinto is in now. The F1 Academy series is now live on Netflix. I have not watched it yet, but I've heard it's good. Uh, and Fernando Alonso got his first points of the season finally at Spain. And the most breaking news actually this morning, which really sucked for US fans because it was like at 1 o'clock in the morning. Um, they F1 and the FIA announced the 2026 Formula One schedule. Uh, and yeah, there've been some mixed opinions. Uh, Definitely upset that Canada and the Indy 500 are at the same time or around the same time, and upset that there's no Imola.
Yeah, there's been a couple different differences in it. I saw like a post earlier and I know Zandvoort's gonna have a sprint race because it's
Ooh,
Zandvoort's last year in the calendar. They haven't released the other ones, it's just that's I guess that's what they said, it would have a sprint race because it was the last year that they're doing Zandvoort.
yeah,
So it's gonna change again. Um But then I heard that like people aren't happy about Canada because it's still cold in Canada that time of the year. It's gonna be like
yeah,
freezing. Um, and then yeah, people are not happy about the Imola Grand Prix, which is understandable. It's so iconic.
yeah.
Um,
It it's been an iconic race the last or the 5 seasons it was on this
yeah.
calendar.
I mean, I think like me personally, I feel excited for like a new like Madrid. Grand Prix. Like I think it'll be
Yeah.
exciting, like with Carlos and everything. Also, it's the week, like my birthday weekend is that weekend. So I'm like,
Oh,
ayo, like new F1 race, like that
nice.
weekend. Like, how can I save money to go to Spain? Just kidding.
I I
Um,
hate the fact that the F1 season doesn't start earlier because my birthday weekend, because I guess, well, I saw that Australia is going to be the first race of the year again, March 8th. The next weekend is going to be China back to back.
yeah,
And
so we're getting double headers, but there's only two triple headers, and they're both at the end of the season,
yeah, the
which
doubleheader of Australia, China, the Chinese Grand Prix is the weekend of my birthday, and I believe the Grand Prix actually is on my birthday.
in 26 or
Yeah,
it said March 15th is race day.
yes, that is my
There you
birthday.
go. Yeah. Mine's September
So,
12th, so mine'll be quali. That'll be my birthday.
quality day.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I mean, um, I know some of my friends and I are talking about going to potentially Coda next year.
That'd be fun.
Um, so yeah, Coda. Um, yeah, I mean, there's definitely gonna be some backlash, and I'm
I mean, you can't make
intrigued
everybody
to
be happy, so it's just
y
like, I
yeah,
mean, they're trying to add new races, and like my opinion on it too is it's like right now, like we go to Europe some, and then we come back to North America. Then we go to Europe some, then we come back to North America. And I think they're
yeah,
trying to like make it so like the drivers can stay in a region for a period of time, which
yeah,
honestly might be better for them in their personal lives. Like,
yeah.
because it's
Personalized,
like they're
and then
doing
also
Canada, and then Europe starts, I think with, I think it's Monaco,
yeah,
and then it goes until, let's see, I
I think
guess
it was
Baku, so like September, I
yeah,
guess. But like the
yeah,
rest of it, they're pretty much in like one region, which I mean, I can see like the good in that for the drivers'
yeah.
personal lives.
I can see it for the drivers personalized and also for the teams. Like, it
Yeah,
saves so much money for them if they're just
money,
traveling through
time,
Europe instead of
manpower.
going, yeah, going like from Europe to the Americas, back to
Back
Europe,
to Europe.
back to the
Yeah.
Americas. Yeah,
And yeah, just crazy.
it is. It is. And then IndyCar had a few races, namely the Indy 500. But there were some huge penalties after the Indy 500
Oh my
and
gosh, the
Detroit
whole
Grand Prix.
Penske drama. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That
and the whole
choked into my
Penske drama
throat.
on top of that. Um, yeah, so Team Penske fired three of their IndyCar team management, one of which a last name that NASCAR fans know very well. Tim Cindric, the father of Austin Cindric, got fired, uh, and a couple other members. And then on top of that, there were penalties after the Indy 500. I believe Callum Islet was one of them, and Prima. And then I forget who the other team was. And then um, after Detroit last weekend or 2 weekends ago, there was a big penalty for Santino Ferrucci in the 14 car. He got to, they just lost, I believe, honestly, I believe they only lost money in it.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think he literally, yeah, see, I think he kept his podium.
Yeah, he kept his podium. I know that. I don't know if they lost points, but I know they lost money.
Yikes.
Uh, and also, everybody's favorite Drive to Survive spinoff, 100 Days to Indy, is now live, I believe, on the Fox streaming app. I don't know where it is, to be completely honest with you.
Wait, I didn't know they were doing that 100
Yeah, they did it the last 2 years.
Well, I knew that they did it last year. I didn't know that they were doing it this year.
Yeah, they did something kind of ish. It is, but it isn't,
It's on Fox Nation.
which is Fox streaming network.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
You just said
Uh
that.
you're good. You're good. That's just me seeing the ads enough times on NASCAR broadcasts.
Fair enough.
All right, so we have the race recaps. To be completely open and honest to the viewers and listeners, both Kiara and I do not remember what happened in any of the races that happened.
I
Uh,
literally have what like the results pulled up on Google right now. So
Beautiful,
I can
beautiful.
process and think about what I felt. I watched every race. I did.
Yeah,
I just don't remember how I felt or what happened.
yeah. Um, so first was Miami. Um, That was won by Oscar Piastri. Lando and George were the podium. Everybody and
Mm.
everybody loved the pre-race festivities. There was the Lego pre-race parade.
I'm never getting over
Uh,
it. I will literally never get over the Lego driver parade ever. It's
I
my
know
favorite
it's
thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh, almost fell. Just dropped my
all of
phone.
the all all of the drivers looked so happy.
Yes.
I
Lando
was
screaming George's name.
yeah
Just Carlos's laugh. Lewis's
yeah
laugh. Lewis's TikTok he posted.
yeah.
Timmy
Lewis and
taking a phone
Charles.
call from school in the middle of it.
Yeah, Lewis making fun of Kimmy for taking the phone call.
Nico falling all over Gabrielle. Like,
Yeah,
it's just
it
utter chaos in the best way.
yeah,
It was like, I
um,
love, and it's like, honestly, whoever drove each car made so much sense in my mind. And it was
yeah,
just like, it was perfect. Like, it was like, of course, like, Pierre would drive. Of course, Charles would drive. Of course, Lando would drive.
yeah,
Of course, like uh George would and like Carlos would. Although the only one I would have loved to have seen Alex drive, potentially. But
yeah.
personally, it makes sense that Carlos would.
Alex was like so offended that he didn't get to drive.
Yeah,
He was like, "What do you mean?"
yeah. There were four DNFs, which was that
Yes,
was crazy. It was Jack Doohan, Ollie Behrman, Gabrielle, and then Liam Lawson.
yeah,
Um,
uh-huh. Also that weekend,
Alvin, Alex got P5. That was really good for him.
yeah, double Williams points. Um, the only thing I very much vividly remember from Miami is Lewis's sassy radio.
Oh gosh, yes, bro.
Lewis's sassy radio. I don't remember the last time I've actually seen that out of him.
I think didn't Lando get pole in Miami? I think he did. This was not a
I
good
think
race
he
for a
did.
Lando fan. I think that this like
No.
I was super happy, but I remember like not being
Yeah.
happy for like just not being happy because it was like it should have been Land. Yes, because in my mind I was like it should have been Lando's day like again because
Yeah.
he won the sprint race and then he got pole, I believe,
Yeah.
and then it was I think it was him and Max or something happened turn one or two and it caused like drama.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, I'm remembering. He like dropped down to like P6. That's what happened.
Yes.
And I was
Yes.
like screaming almost.
Yeah. Um, Also do not remember this, but shout out Kick Sauber for the fastest pit stop of that race.
Oh, Sauber has low-key been cooking lately. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
They're just
Yeah.
so like
Shout out
nonchalant,
Sauber.
but it's like I love it.
I love it too. Love to see the lime green car doing well.
My only thing, this is my hot take about Miami. Please get majority of the influencers out of there. It's just
Yeah.
they're so I feel like it's so overly saturated with influencers. I don't know what it is about these American races where it's like they're just like send the influencers there. I'm like it's doing like okay,
It
I get it for like some, sure, send influencers. Like I just don't
Yeah,
get the point for like every brand sending like people, which granted, like congratulations to them. They're allowed to, like, good for the company to be able to afford that. Like this is not like a diss to everybody. But I'm like,
yeah,
I feel like it just takes away personally.
yeah. No, I definitely agree. I d-
And I feel like I see it
I
so much
think
more
we
at
also
American
have.
races than I
Yeah,
do other places.
I think we have just that skewed perspective as well because we are American,
Yeah.
and it just feels weird at our home races that everybody like gawks over them. Um, especially like I understand it for Vegas because it's Vegas.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh, but Miami, I'm like, really, Miami? Like, yes, I understand South Beach, like it's the life and all that, but
I mean, I'm just
it's
saying, like, I know the thing is like, I literally, I know that people feel a certain way about American viewers in
yeah,
F1. And I
yeah,
just, because whenever we got banned from TikTok and we got to come back, I saw the hate for Americans in Formula One, like being fans.
yeah,
Like, I saw it. I was like,
yeah,
and so I just want to say the influencers that you see at these races are like the American F1 fans, we love Formula One just as much as you guys do. Like these
yeah,
are people like these are influencers getting sent to go. They might not
yeah,
know everything, and who knows, they probably potentially will become a fan of it, but it just is like I feel like it
yeah,
skews people's perspectives of American F1 fans.
yeah.
My hot take on that too.
I feel like most American F1 fans are genuinely just motorsports fans that
Yeah.
happen to also like F1. It's like like me, like I love F1 just as much as I love NASCAR, like and IndyCar and WEC and IMSA and all of them. Like,
Yeah, it was for me it was like I grew up watching NASCAR and then when I found Formula One it slingshotted me back into all the other ones.
yeah, definitely. So and then moving on, we're going to RIP Imola. Um, yeah,
It was fun while it lasted.
it was. Max won with Lando and Oscar on the podium. And the only note I have here is Max's overtake on Oscar on lap one. And I do remember that.
Oh, that was
Clean.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a fan of Max in that moment. I was like, you go. I was like, okay. Like,
I was watching it and I was like, Max is gonna make that stick.
oh wait, pause. Can we please talk about the Miami livery for V-Carb? I
Oh,
just want to
yes.
mention that.
Yes.
I literally got this just and I'm saving the can just because I will never get over the Miami V-Carb livery. Let me just say that.
Miami V Carb, Miami are just like yeah,
Sorry, we had to mention that because it was so
yes.
beautiful, so fun. It was a
Beautiful.
Barbie, like having a fun
Yeah.
time. The whole like art of it, I love art. I'm like, I paint, I draw, I do all things. So like for me, I love the liveries. So like when I saw it, I was just like, it looks like a can of Red Bull. It was so fun. I had a
Yeah.
great time with that.
Yeah. Also, the summer edition Red Bull, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. I personally like the sugar free more than the original flavor.
Yeah.
Um, I think it tastes better. There's not as much as like a crazy aftertaste. I'm not really a Red Bull girly, but I will say the white peach. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. But
Okay,
yes,
back to
that
Imola, sorry.
back to Imola. Yeah, let me see. It seems like not much kind of really went on.
Okay, no, let me talk about this. I remember watching this. I was at Lewis got P4, so
Yes.
congrats to Lewis.
Woo.
Timmy, I think, didn't they, was this a sprint race too? No, Kimmy got the sprint race pole in Miami. That's what it was.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. No, Kimmy, this is Kimmy's home race. He brought his school and like all his
Yes.
friends, and it was so sweet, and people were mad about it, but I'm like, I think it was adorable and a very nice gesture for Kimmy to do, and to be able to
Yeah.
share that with his classmates.
Yeah.
I know
Very
Toto
cool.
wasn't in attendance for this race. Toto wasn't
No.
there,
No.
because he was
I do
visiting his
remember that.
son's college graduation. Um,
Congrats to his son.
Yuki
Huge
got
accomplishment.
points.
Yes.
Yuki got points. Alex ended up P5.
Again.
Go Alex.
Yeah.
This was Franco's first race back. He got P16.
Yeah.
But then Kimmy DNF'd, and it was kind of
Yes.
sad. And then Esteban Ocon DNF'd also, which I
Yes.
think they DNF'd almost in the same spot. And it was really weird because it was like for one of the races, they didn't like, or for one of the stops, they didn't pull a safety car out. And
Uh,
but then like, or they did a virtual safety car, and then for the second one they did a full safety car, and it was like, why? But then people were saying it was because I think Esteban's car was further down, so it
oh,
resulted
okay.
in pulling out the full car. And
Okay.
I think that's what that happened there.
Okay. Um, Isaac Hadjar got points.
He did.
Isaac got points again. Um,
He got points every weekend in the Showmatter.
yeah.
I hope that they don't demote him to the Red Bull team.
Yeah, demote him to the second Red Bull seat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after Imola was, you know, just the crown
Monaco.
jewel.
We're going to Monaco.
Co. Lando won. Home. The hometown hero Charles Leclerc finished second, and Oscar finished third. Um.
Let's see, Max finished fourth, Lewis finished fifth, and Isaac finished sixth. Esteban Ocon
Yes.
ended up seventh. Like the top 10 was
Yes.
crazy in my opinion.
Liam got points as well.
Yes, yes, yeah. Both double V car points, double out Williams points.
Yeah.
It was just like I feel like Monaco for me personally, it was like we saw drivers in the top 10 that we don't usually see in the top 10, especially
Yeah.
this year.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
Because it was like Mercedes had a really good year so far, and so it was like in George and like Kimmy being P11 and P18, like, but I don't even
Yeah.
think they stopped. I don't think they got their two stops because this was their first race where it was like mandatory two
Yeah.
stops.
They
I
did
didn't
get their.
like it.
They, they did get their two stops in.
Okay.
And then Kimmy, I think, did another stop.
Oh, okay. Because I was like looking, I was like it's plus 3 laps, and I was like, mm.
I think that's what happened because I just randomly saw like Kimmy tumble down the order at the end of the race.
Oh yeah.
And I was
And
like,
then there was a
what?
meme going around of Toto and James Valves arguing in the paddock, but apparently they were like trying to figure out like how they can make the race better is what like James Vows came out with the video and
Oh,
was like we weren't arguing, we were like just talking about like how can we make the race better, which who knows,
interesting.
like I actually didn't see like the full clip.
Yeah.
I saw it and I laughed and I like kept scrolling basically.
Yeah.
Fernando DNF'd, Pierre Gasly DNF'd,
Yes.
Lando got track record, fastest
Yes.
man around Monaco right there, Lando
Y-
Norris, showing
Yeah.
who he is.
Yeah.
um
And the special McLaren livery.
Oh yeah, for both Monaco and Spain.
I
That was
mean,
I loved it. I love the race suits a lot.
yeah,
Those
I
are
love the
gorgeous.
Monaco. The Monaco and Indy race suits for McLaren were A1.
It was
They
such a
were,
vibe.
I know. I was like, okay, clean white. I like it. I like it.
I like how Oscar
Uh
did his helmet to match the Monaco suit. It was chef's
yeah.
kiss.
Yes.
Um, Lando's not. Lando's been doing his just iconic like swirly blobs.
Yeah. Blobs. The
But he
blobs.
does he does different. I don't know. We'll definitely see more from Lando. I know we'll get probably one in
Yeah.
Singapore from Lando and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I think he did one for the last special one he did was Suzuka. He did the quadrant helmet.
Did he in Miami? No, he had the disco ball in Miami.
Oh yeah, that's true. Disco ball. Disco
That's
ball.
my lock screen.
That's awesome. I appreciate that.
It just is such a good photo. I'm like, if my like, I have like a dark kind of thing on my phone that I just like to keep like the background dark for the most part.
Yeah.
Um, so it fits the vibe well.
Yeah. Um
Charles in Monaco, man, like it was. I mean, it was crazy. Like Lando was on provisional pole, and Charles took it away, and Lando had one lap, and Lando beat him. I was like,
Yeah. I
I
literally
know a lot of people were so sad for Charles. I'm like, okay, like same, but like, I mean,
Lando.
personally, I mean, I'm a Lando fan. I'm loyal to
Yeah.
Lando.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I remember I went to the gym with my girlfriend that on Saturday, and we went in the morning, and I had missed qualifying, but all I saw when we walked in, or not when we walked in, when I walked out of the locker room, was Lando standing in the P1 slot celebrating, and I was like,
yeah.
"We just got a Lando win.
I'm like,
Let's
yes.
go."
I remember Monaco actually, I don't know, I work Sunday morning, so usually I watch the race on my phone at work.
Yeah.
Um, and so I remember like I walked into work and like F1 was like on the TV. I was like, we almost like never get F1 on the TV. Like, what's going on? And so I
Yeah.
remember I was like, and of course, like the race started, I wasn't in the break room, so but I kept it on. Like I like saw F1, I sat there for like maybe 5 minutes, and then I did my job. And then but I kept it on. I came back in, and someone changed the channel, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's crazy. And
That's
so,
rude.
and I came back. I remember there was one person in there, and I was like, you don't care if I change this, do you? And they were like, no. And I was like, okay, that. I changed it back to F1. So I was like watching it like on my phone in the break room that day. I was so happy. I was like, F1 on the TV at work. Yeah. I was like, only me, only me. Everyone knows I was here because that's on the TV.
Yeah.
Um, I
Uh,
love Monaco. The vibes just immaculate every year.
yeah.
I just like, it's literally my dream to go to the Monaco Grand Prix.
Same. Same. I really want to go. It is those vibes are
It's just,
amazing.
yes. I
Like
feel like
the
it's
vibes are
everyone's
just
dream to just go to the Monaco Grand Prix. Although I saw
yeah.
somewhere where like GA is like sucks. Like you have to like go sit on rocks and stuff. And I was like,
Oh, that I mean, I guess that means we just have to get rich and get a yacht.
mm-hmm.
E-
I'll
Like,
invite my friend someday.
yeah, of course. Okay, so after Monaco was Spain, Barcelona, um, Oscar Piastri won with Lando Norris in second and Charles in third. Um,
Nico
another,
Hulkenberg.
yeah,
Nico, P5.
Nico,
I was screaming.
Nico.
I was screaming. I was literally like, yes, Nico. Like past Lewis
That is
Hamilton
the
at the
story.
end.
Yeah, that is the story. And also another Kick Sauber fastest pit stop of the race.
They're cooking, I'm telling you. I don't know what's going on over there, but they need to keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah. And then I know the other big story was Fernando's first points of the season.
hmm That was
And
super
then
exciting.
and then Max v George round 2
2, 4, 5,
or
we don't know
8.
yet.
Yeah, who knows? Who
For no
knows?
reason other than I don't I'm not even kidding. It's not funny. Okay, let's just be real. It's not
Yeah.
funny. He shouldn't race like that.
Yeah.
I get that. I think I started laughing because immediately after that happened, it like popped up in the corner and was like, driver of the day, Max Verstappen. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's crazy. I was like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's why I laugh. Just because it was just the irony of it.
Yeah,
Because
no,
Max did it, like
irony.
Max was doing okay, and like he got mad because then he had that final pit stop, and I was wondering like he's like, what are these tires? Like why? Like what's going on? He's like, we don't have any more tires, and he's like, mm.
That
Which granted, actually Alonso won with a 4 pit stop race in Spain before, so I mean, who's to say it can't be done? It
yeah,
can. It's happened before.
it has.
Um, but just plainly not turning into a turn and driving like straight into another driver who you know is there because he's in front of you, utterly insane, my humble opinion.
Yeah, that is utterly insane. Um, yeah, so that was all of the F1 races that happened in the past month. um, there were a lot of NASCAR races that happened.
The
Talladega,
only one
Texas,
I
Kansas.
watched, The only one I watched was the Coke 600, and I didn't watch all of
Yeah,
it. Was tired and went
Kansas,
to
the
bed.
All-Star race, Coke 600, the Cracker Barrel 400,
Yeah.
um, and the Firekeepers Casino 400, which was last weekend. Um, yeah, it's been interesting. I guess I will go into the Coke 600, uh, Cracker Barrel 400, and Firekeepers Casino 400, because those were the first three races of NASCAR on Amazon Prime. Uh, it's been very
Yes.
interesting.
Okay. Yes. I didn't know that like NASCAR wasn't on there before because I watched the Coke
Yeah.
600 and we were like Amazon. I was like Amazon Prime. I was like, okay.
Yeah, so this is the first year of the deal that is on Amazon Prime. It's 5 races, so we've already had 3 of them. The Coke 600 with Ross Chastain winning. Um, Ryan Blaney won at Nashville for the Cracker Barrel 400. And then last weekend was the Firekeepers Casino 400 in Michigan, and Denny Hamlin won and brought back his iconic catchphrase from 2 years ago that he beat your favorite driver. So it was definitely interesting. The Coke 600 was very interesting. Uh, very much enjoyed that race. And that was the end of Kyle Larson's very terrible, no good, very bad day. Uh, he wrecked in the Indy 500 and then wrecked again in the Cook 600. Ross Chastain won it. He completed the last to first challenge. He went from P40 to P1. Uh, Nashville was very interesting as well. There were a lot of cautions. Um,
In my city, sorry.
yeah. Um, and Ricky Stenhouse and Carson Hocevar had a bit of a get together, and but talked it out. They're on good terms. They are on speaking terms again. Carson finished P2 in that race. It was very, 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 very good for him. Um, And then last weekend's race, like I said, Denny Hamlin won. Fuel mileage was the story of the race, and yeah, bit the bit a couple of drivers in the butt, and Carson Hocevar blew a left rear tire while leading, so that handed Denny Hamlin the win. And finally, we have IndyCar. Um, All I really need to say is Alex Palou for IndyCar. He won in Alabama, the Sony So GP at the Indy Road Course, the Indy 500 and the Indy 500. Uh, and then Kyle Kirkwood has been the only driver not named Alex Palou to win in IndyCar.
Goodness.
Yeah, so the string
I did not
of
watch the Indy 500. I'm gonna be real. I watched some of the beginning. I watched like the first like
okay.
10 races or laps races. What? I watched the first like 10 laps and then I think I watched like after because it's like they kind of do like the rolling around for 10
Yeah,
laps and
yeah,
then they start. And I think I watched um who wrecked? Somebody wrecked.
I mean, there were a lot of wrecks.
I literally watched like two people wreck. I watched Scott Dixon's car caught on fire, but then it went out because it was just like his brakes, I think.
Yeah.
So he didn't like have to stop or anything. They were like, just don't, they were like, just calm down for a minute, it'll be fine. Um,
Yeah,
and then
sounds
which made me
about right.
laugh. And
Uh,
then
yeah, the Indy
who
500.
was it? Oh my gosh.
Uh, Scott McLaughlin was the first caution, I believe. Uh,
I don't
Kyle Larson
remember.
wrecked. And
Yeah,
that's
Kyle Larson, I feel for that him. I do. I'm not the biggest Kyle Larson fan, okay? Let me just be
yeah, same.
real. I don't like his comments about Max Verstappen. Um, but it just sucks like you want to do both and you have the opportunity to, but you just don't have a good day. And it just
Yeah,
he didn't have a good day in either. He didn't have a good day in IndyCar. He didn't certainly didn't have a good day in NASCAR. And like
yeah,
I just like kind of felt for him because I was just like I was like that's just gotta suck. Like we've all been there where it's just like we know we didn't do our best. But it's like on a day like that, like you want to do so well that day and he
yeah,
didn't. And I
yeah,
felt for him a little bit. I just was like, dang, like that's gotta
yeah.
suck.
I mean, I saw a lot of American motorsports fans go, "Hey, can we just talk about how hard the double actually is?"
Yeah,
Doing 1,100 miles in a single day is insane. First of all, you have to be
yeah,
insane to do that. And second of all, it's legitimately only been completed by one driver in 14 or 13 attempts.
yeah. And like hoping like I don't know if next year he'll like have the opportunity to do it again. Like maybe he will. But like I'm
Yeah.
hoping at least it'll go a little bit better. I mean,
Yeah.
regardless of like what people say, I mean, I'm sorry. I know like we see all these like documentaries of like all these like children starting their dream and working their way up. So it just is like I don't
Yeah.
know. It just
I
is like
feel
I feel
like
for him.
yeah, I feel really bad for him. It was a terrible, terrible day for him. Uh,
In
just
both
even to the
IndyCar and
point of
NASCAR.
yeah, NASCAR, and the fact that there was a legitimate chance with that rain at the beginning of the race that he wasn't gonna be able to do both.
But
He was
yeah.
gonna have to retire the IndyCar. Like, there was a chance. He had a 40-minute gap that they needed to get the race in.
Yeah, and it's just like I'm like, dang. But
Like,
maybe
yeah,
next year.
maybe next year. He said that he doesn't necessarily wanna do the double again just because of the tightness of the windows and everything and the
It's just a
stress.
lot. Yeah, I was like, it's just a lot. Like I know that day they're like, no, you have to go here. And like, no, 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 no. Like,
Yeah. So but he said he wants to come back to Indy and do that again, sometime in the future. I mean, he's he's 31, I think it is, 32, something like that. So he still has a lot of years left in him.
hmm
Um, and the whole Max Verstappen and Kyle Larson thing on who's the best driver in the world. Um,
makes no sense
the
because
only
they're
way
different
I will
categories.
yeah, first of all, they're different categories, and second of all, Kyle Larson is just he's he's done a lot of different types of driving. He's
Yeah.
done a lot more. He's done a lot more than Max has. Because Kyle has won 2, I think it is, 1 or 2, Rolex 24s. So, and then on top of the dirt racing and everything else, obviously on dirt, I feel like most of the NASCAR field would have Max on that, just because he's
hmm
never done it. Like, even Max himself
Yeah.
said that.
Yeah. It's just like obviously it's like what they practice and what they do. So I just like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't get the whole like I don't get it. I get
I
it, but
don't
I'm
get
like
it either.
I just think it's silly personally.
Yeah, but I still wanna see Max in a NASCAR.
Oh, that would be pretty lit. The only
I
other thing
would
I
like
can
to
think of
see
is our man Lance Stroll having wrist surgery.
Oh, yes.
Because he
Yes.
didn't
I
race, he
forgot
did
about
not
that.
race in Spain. He did not race at all in
Yeah, there
Spain,
were
and I
only
don't
19
know
cars
if
on
he's.
track.
And then nobody knows if he's racing in Canada. I don't think it's been like decided yet.
Yeah, and
And
that
so,
that would be unfortunate just
but
because
that's his home
Canada is
race.
yeah, it's his
I
home race.
know.
Like, I feel bad for him.
I do
Uh,
too. Everyone hates that
uh,
man, and I'm like, y'all need to calm down on that too. He's our
yeah,
Nepo
I
baby,
mean,
okay? Leave him alone.
like, I understand. understood like for a while why people hated him, and then I went back and rewatched Drive to Survive, and I'm like, wait, the man was actually okay.
Exactly.
I think he's just like he just doesn't care anymore. He lost his spark.
Maybe that, but also he just is really nonchalant because he does post like
Yeah.
on TikTok and stuff, and he's so funny.
Yeah, he is. He is. I love his TikToks with Fernando.
But I think maybe it's either like maybe a spark's gone, but I feel like it's either that or just like he just doesn't share it anymore
Yeah.
because he knows like people will just try to ruin it.
Yeah, it's either that or,
But there's been a
could
lot of
be
talk about who might take his spot. Um, I think they said like Felipe Drugovich,
yeah.
like he said himself he would step away from 24-hour Le Mans to race in F1
Yeah.
if needed. Jack Crawford can't do it because he doesn't have enough FIA license points or
Point.
hours, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. He doesn't have a super license or something like that to be able to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Which I was like, it's rather lame, but okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
that was also the other news that we forgot to mention. Arvid Lindblad got his super license at 17.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Also, I think Max is platinum now with his
Oh,
or something. Max like leveled up on
beautiful.
his
That's
too
beautiful.
in
I
the
love
past
to
month.
we love to see that for Max. We love to see
Um,
that for
from
Max.
France.
Yeah. Um
That was so funny.
yeah,
It's
for
like, let me
for
pull
for
up with a different
Franz.
name, but let me
Yeah.
just pull up in my suit and my helmet.
Yeah. Let
You could have just,
let
why didn't we go with like a plain black and a plain black helmet?
Yeah. Let's go
Oh,
for the most German name possible, for the most Dutch person possible, and let me show up in my Red Bull Racing
yes,
fire
in
suit.
my regalia and race for you guys. Let me do it.
Yeah. And then leave
And then
immediately after.
Danny being like, I'm Frank. Like, that was so
Yeah.
funny too, bro.
Yeah, Danny Wreck.
We got Frank and Franz.
Yeah, that was
And then him just
hilarious.
rolling with it. Him just rolling with it. He's like, yeah, and he has a lot of contracts. Like, he has to go
Yeah.
through a lot of stuff right now.
Yeah. And then them asking him about Daniel too. It's like leave Frank alone.
Yeah.
Leave Frank
It was
alone.
so great.
I love
The
that.
only
That
thing
was
I can
beautiful.
think of to talk about is Cadillac. I know that they
Yes.
follow both Mick Schumacher and Valtteri. So, I mean,
I would love to
my
see
assumption
Valtteri.
is going to be the two of them for Cadillac.
Yeah, that would be
Although I saw somewhere like a Pato award with a Checo. I was like, that's pretty lit.
that would be awesome.
Or I would love
Pato
to
and
see,
Checo. It would
I really would love to see Danny Rick's name up there, but
yeah.
I know what he said, and I just so deeply want him to come back,
Yeah.
but
I mean, I would
I
also
don't think
love
it's
to see
happening,
Danny
bro.
Rick come to NASCAR for a race.
Yeah.
Um there is apparently the team that Carson Hocevar drives for. Apparently the NASCAR France family, who are the owning family of the the sport, um the creating family of the sport actually, they wanted to run a fourth car for Spire Motorsports, and then NASCAR itself nixed the deal. They were like, nah, this is a conflict of interest.
Ew.
uh but the owner of Spire Motorsports was on a podcast recently and basically said, hey, we have the crew chief, we have the crew, we have the car sitting in our shop. Who should we go and get to race this car?
Yeah,
Um, I would love to see Daniel in it. That would be awesome.
that would be pretty lit. Yeah, I miss him posting. Like he used to post like after every race, like
Yeah,
all like the PR posts.
yeah,
I'm just like I'm living off of crumbs. I'm living off of crumbs of both Daniel and Logan, and I hate it.
yeah. I can't believe let a little bit of a tangent. about Logan. Can't believe the man just like, I'm done with racing.
I don't even get me started, okay?
I was like, what?
He literally had like a cool opportunity to go into like endurance racing and like stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I'm like, why? Like,
Uh,
which I
the
granted,
man,
okay, I feel like I could understand why,
yeah,
um, but it just is disappointing.
it
It's
is.
so disappointing.
The man was at the Stanley Cup Finals last night.
Yeah, he was.
I was like,
He's
what?
been living his life. He's just been big chilling, just on vacations and no partners, no like sponsorship stuff. Like man is truly just living.
Yeah, I know. It's insane. Um, Also, the other thing we forgot to mention, when talking about Spain, Max now has 11
Oh my gosh,
penalty
yeah.
points.
He could, I'm saying like one wrong move this weekend and like we might get Max in 24 hours of Le Mans. Who said that?
Yeah, yeah. Or 24 hours of Spa.
One of the two. I mean, I don't know. I know Max is always like I don't want to be in F1 forever. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, we have an opportunity here.
Yeah. He also I guess they were asking all the drivers about Le Mans and everything, and Charles said, "You will see me racing there."
Oh,
Um Max was like, "Yeah, I want to. Like, no, duh. Like, I would love to do that race. I'm only like, if I quit in the next 5 years, I'll only be 31."
exactly. Like that's the thing is like he's had such a successful career in Formula One at such a young age. It
Yeah,
just is like it's amazing. Like, you know, the thing is like now with Max in it, it's like I mean, me personally, like I mean, I see me like if I'm in Formula One, like I want to maybe win like a few races. Like I would want to win my home race. I would want to win like Monaco. I would
yeah,
probably want to win Spa personally because I love that track.
yeah,
Um, and then you would want to win the WDC. And like
yeah,
I feel like Max has like done all of that. Like if I'm not saying that that's his goals or whatever, but I'm saying
yeah.
like I just don't know what's left for him there. I don't know. That's me personally.
I
I
think
just
the
I wouldn't be mad or that upset if Max stepped away from Formula One.
Yeah, I wouldn't either, but I know he's probably trying to go for GOAT status.
Yeah,
He's probably going to try to do that. We all know Lewis is trying to get 8.
I don't know
Um,
how he's gonna do that in that car.
Me neither, to be
Although
completely
I
honest.
will say the past two races, because they got upgrades, they've been
Yeah,
doing better. They've been
yeah,
performing better. So who knows? Because like the thing is, everyone's like, it's over, it's so over. Like McLaren's gonna win, which hopefully we do. But like they're making upgrades to these cars and it's
yeah,
working
yeah,
for several teams.
yeah.
So,
And we all have to kind of remember that Ferrari didn't really do well at the beginning of the season last year either,
and
and
then they were a
finished
force to be
second.
reckoned. Yeah, and then they were a force to be reckoned with the rest of the. We got Ferrari 1-2s, everything. So it just is like, which I was about to fall into it. I was about to be like, dang, like it's so over. Like Oscar's winning the WDC, and like me as a Lando fan, like I have no hope whatsoever. I'm like, stop. I was like, we have gone through what, 6, 7, 8, I don't know, 9 races now? I don't know how many.
Yeah,
I'm like, out of
9.
24. You know
Yeah,
how many weekends we still have? You know how many opportunities? How many
yeah,
heartbreaks there might be? I was like, we
yeah.
have time. We have time
And
for
there's
now. For right this second, right now, we
yeah,
have time.
and there's only 10 points between them.
It
I
was
was look
3. It was 3. Let me
Yeah,
just say that.
I know, it was. But I was looking at the head-to-head uh the other day of Lando and Oscar, and they're virtually tied on everything except for poles and fastest laps.
hmm
And I'm like, damn.
It's like, and that's why I can't even be mad at Oscar. Like, which granted, like I like Oscar Piastri as a driver. So
Yeah,
like obviously I'm like yeah, Oscar. But like personally, like my loyalty is with Lando.
Yeah,
So I'm
same.
like back it up, back it up. Like
Yeah,
it's all jokes though. Um,
yeah. No,
but
we just want Papaya on top on
I
this
need a
podcast.
2025 CDC, whatever it is,
Yeah,
Constructors Championship.
yeah.
CWC, what is it?
World
World,
construct.
oh, WCC. There we go.
There we go.
Goodness.
We got it. We got it. Finally. All right. So our predictions for Motorsports Christmas round two. Round two.
Mm,
Canada.
hopefully. I mean, obviously, like I want Lando to win. I mean, I really do think it's gonna be like a Lando Oscar Max situation again,
Yeah,
no matter
probably.
what.
Yeah.
Unless like once again, like unless Ferrari still has good upgrades and it works well on that circuit.
Or George Russell just George Russells
Exactly.
and just like
Um,
randomly appears, and we're like, what?
I'm
Um.
thinking, I mean, I'm just gonna, what I want is like Lando, Charles, George is what I want.
Yeah, that would be a nice that would be a fun podium.
That's what I want to happen. Or, because sometimes I'll be saying like Williams kind of be like popping off. I would
Yeah,
love like an Alex P3, or even like an Isaac P3.
that would.
That would literally,
Oh, that would
I
be
would be
awesome.
screaming. I would be screaming if Isaac got like P3 on the podium.
That
Or
would be
Kimmy,
amazing.
or a Kimmy podium. That would be so
Kimmy
lit.
podium. Yeah. Also, it's an F1 Academy weekend this weekend,
Oh, period.
and they have 3 races because the first Miami or second Miami
Okay,
race
yeah.
got rained out. Um,
Yeah.
so after that, it is Mexico City for NASCAR. It's their 16th race of the year. 10 races to go till the playoffs, and we are also in almost the same layout as the F1 track. They just cut turn 4, like the second straight from after turn 3. They just cut it off a little bit and then make it turn 4 there instead of going all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's fair.
yeah, it's fair. It's fair. Um, it's the first time the Cup Series has been there. Uh, Second time the Xfinity Series has been there. But first time in, or not second time, fifth time Xfinity's been there, but first time in 17 years. Um, I'm going with my gut on this one. I'm predicting a Shane Van Gisbergen one. Uh, it's a road course. He's really good at road courses. He did supercars for all those years. So yeah, that's mine. Uh Next is Gateway for or Worldwide Technology Raceway, as it's actually called. I hate that name. Uh Gateway for IndyCar. It's their 8th race of the year, the second oval of the year, so it will be very interesting. Um
I
Probably an
like street
Alex.
circuits and other circuits so much better than ovals. I
The
know cool
ovals
things happen on ovals. I know, but I'm just not an oval girly. I'm not.
the Gateway is actually like a fun oval because I remember last year I watched Gateway and I was like just kind of blown away by it.
Yeah,
Because I like IndyCar on road courses better usually. Um, but
it's
yeah,
just as
there's
fun. Cause like I feel like that's what I'm like. I feel like that's one of the reasons why I didn't go to IndyCar in Nashville last year because
yeah,
IndyCar's been a street race in Nashville, but they've been like doing
yeah,
construction on like the stadium and
yeah,
stuff because we're getting like a new Nissan stadium. Um,
yeah,
and so it's just as like I think that's why they moved it to the Oval in Lebanon. The thing is,
yeah.
it's not even in freaking Nashville. They're like, yeah, Nashville. It's not Nashville. It's not.
No,
It's like 30 minutes
it's
from Nashville. It literally
yeah. I
is.
know exactly.
Like I
Yeah,
live
I
so
know where
close
it
to
is.
it. Like I can drive there. Like like I think I literally live maybe like 40 minutes from the speedway, maybe.
Oh
And
wow.
so it's like
Yeah.
it's cool because I live so close, but I'm like I don't see downtown Nashville. I don't get close to the city limits when you go to the speedway. Like you're not
Yeah.
it's not in Nashville. So I don't know.
No,
But
it's
I will
not.
say Lebanon is like a neighborhood, like a suburb, I guess, is what they
Yeah.
declare it as.
I
So,
mean, that's the whole thing with most of the tracks on NASCAR's circuit. Like I remember when they said Chicago when they went to Chicagoland Speedway,
mhm.
it's not in Chicago, it's in
I'm like
Joliet.
I'm like
It's in
this is not
Joliet.
right. This is
It's
not
in
right.
Joliet, Illinois, not Chicago. Well,
Mhm.
now they're in Chicago, so I can't rip them. They race on the streets of Chicago, so I can't rip them anymore
Yeah.
about it. Like
But
I but
I'm like this
Dover
isn't right.
Dover International Speedway is not or Dover Motor Speedway is not in Dover, Delaware.
Which I get why they do that. I do understand why, because it's like to get people to go and like they'll be like, "Oh, Nashville. I know where Nashville is. I don't know where Lebanon is, you know?"
Yeah,
It's like
that
I
is
get
true.
it. I
Yeah.
understand it. I just me like living it like so close to me, I'm like, this isn't
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's the same like yeah, for Dover for me.
And then like all the promo is downtown Nashville. That's what's so like IndyCar last year just made me giggle because it was like me being like a motorsport fan for like the first time in so many years, it was like I
Yeah.
noticed things and it was like all the promo in IndyCar, downtown Nashville. Everything else, race, not Nashville at all. Outside of
Yeah,
Nashville city limits, actually.
yeah,
Um,
I feel like they made the mistake of doing the first 2 years of it in downtown Nashville,
well,
like, all their promotional content.
I'm hoping that it turns back into a street circuit race.
I would
I would
I
love it
I
because
would
they go
love
over the
that.
bridge and like all the
It was a
things.
cool
Because
race.
I will say my parent, because I wanted to go and I talked to my parents about it, and I was like, I want to. I'm thinking about maybe potentially going, and my mom and dad were like, yeah, but that's like your downtown Nashville. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm at the Speedway, and they're like, no, you're like in downtown Nashville, and that's when I figured out like I was like, oh, because I hadn't been an IndyCar fan before last
Yeah,
year. Like I didn't know anything
yeah,
about IndyCar
same.
before last year. So
I didn't really know much, like, I watched the Indy
yeah.
500 and that's about
I
it.
yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. I was like, I've seen the Indy 500 several times as a child and like growing up and stuff, and I know it was like the Formula One car with the full screen. Like that's what I used to
Yeah,
say.
yeah,
Um,
that's what it is.
and so um, like for me, and I was like sitting there and I was like, it's not downtown. Then when I found out it was downtown, I was like, they moved it. I'm a street circuit person. I love street circuits.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I wanna go to the 500 because even Indy is not actually in Indianapolis. It's in Speedway, Indiana.
Mhm. It's
But
just funny. I
I
don't
wanna
know. I
go
just
to
be
Indy
laughing at
because
stuff.
it's I would wanna go to Indy because it's, it's the Indy 500. It's a huge race. Um, but
I would love to go to the Indy 500.
yeah,
That would be so fun. Even if like I had to drive up on Saturday and just go Sunday, I'd be so fine with it.
yeah. Yeah, I'd be so fine with just going on Sunday, just going to the race. Like, I would
Hmm.
have the time of my life. Um, but Gateway, it's probably gonna be an Alex Palou win if it's anything like the rest of the season.
Hopefully
Um,
David Malukas has a better race. I know that he ended up really well Indy 500, and then I know he started P2
yeah,
at Detroit, but I don't think he finished well. I didn't watch it, so I don't know. But I
no,
know he didn't
I
finish
don't know.
well.
No, Kara, if you um speaking of street circuits, I was literally on the opposite side of the city of the Detroit street circuit.
That's so boo. I'm
I
sorry.
know. I was like,
Just go walk. Just go walking a little bit. You'd find it eventually. You'd hear it and then
yeah,
you'd find it.
Yeah, probably. I probably would have. I did see some people in team kits though
Oh, that's
at
lit.
at restaurants in the airport on Monday or on Sun yeah, on Sunday when I left. It was like they were at the racetrack. um but yeah, I mean David Malukas finished P2, I believe, in the 500, so maybe a David Malukas.
After the penalties.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Maybe
was
a
like,
David Malukas
David
top
needs
5.
more.
Yeah. David was good at Gateway last year. I do remember that. I was rooting him on. And then he had an unfortunate accident.
I
But
almost bought
yeah.
one of his hoodies. He came out with like an IndyCar or Indy
Ooh.
500 like collection. But I was like, I do not want to pay $60 for a hoodie right
No.
now.
No.
Not when we're about to go in the summer, which granted I could have
Yeah.
bought a t-shirt, but the hoodie looks so much better. If
Yeah.
I'm buying it in a hoodie form.
Yeah. And hopefully McLaren does well. Pato and
Go
Christian
Papaya
Lundgaard
Boys and Nolan.
and Nolan. But Pato and Christian have been on fire. I think they're P2 and P3 in the championship right
Hmm.
now behind Alex Palou, which is awesome. Um, and finally, the last race of this second motorsports Christmas for us is the 24 Hours of Le Mans. One of the
Hmm.
crown jewels of racing. Uh, the 100% the biggest race
Oh, for sure.
of the year. And biggest race in the world potentially. I don't want to put it out there, but
I think
uh,
I need to see, hold on. Because I watched some of it last year, but I didn't know much about it. But now I know a little bit more about like endurance and like IMSA and stuff. So
yeah,
I'm wondering is hmm,
yeah. I think it's
okay, yeah, aero racing with like Rexy, Roxy, and
yeah,
Spike. I
yeah,
love
yeah,
them. I
yeah.
love
Love
them.
them too.
Icons.
They're
Icons.
amazing. Rexy and
Um,
Roxy, two of the best cars. Period. Best
hmm.
liveries.
And I think
Uh
that they are going back. I think that they are going back to Le Mans.
oh, nice,
I
nice.
think.
I know Iron Dames is. So the team that sponsors Dorian Paul in F1 Academy
Mhm.
is going to be there. Team Penske will be there. Chip Ganassi Racing as well. So two of the IndyCar teams will be there. Well, Team Penske is not just an IndyCar team. They're a NASCAR team. They're an IMSA team. They're a WEC team. They do everything. Um, I know Toyota because I started following the 24 hours on Instagram again. Uh, this week. I know Toyota launched a beautiful one-off livery or two beautiful one-off liveries for um the weekend. One's all red and one's all black. For the Toyota Gazoo Racing
That's lit.
colors. It's beautiful. They are beautiful cars. Um and I'm so excited to see those on track. It was like this is one of them, if you can see that.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
I know. They are
I
gorgeous.
love liveries so much. Like they're just so when they're done right, I love them.
Yeah.
I
Um
don't think that Roxy's in
oh
Le
no.
Mans.
Oh, I know
Spike is. Spike's right here.
beautiful Spike.
I don't
Uh
see them in it though, which I thought they won the 2024.
I thought so too, actually.
I don't
Well,
know. I'm still getting into like the GT3 and IMSA and stuff, but
yeah, same. I know that
the only thing I thought was
for
super funny was that I think the GT3 raced in, I think it was Detroit too,
yeah.
or they raced somewhere, and a Corvette spun Roxy around, and then the guy ended up just kind of like drifting and then spun out the Corvette on purpose and then just kept driving. And I was like,
That's
period, as you should.
that's
That would be me
awesome.
as a driver.
That would be me too. That is
Because they've
me
been
on all the
driving
games.
Roxy. They've been driving Roxy for the past couple of races instead of
Yeah,
Rexy.
yeah. I know that Ferrari will be there, so
Hopefully
um
they do good. I don't know. I don't
Antonio
really have like feelers
Giovinazzi
yet for how I feel about it. Um,
will be
I love
there.
Porsche. I love Porsche Motorsports, period.
Yeah,
So I'm like, I'm so like, I don't know. I'm just there to enjoy it. I'm really there for the vibes. I'm there for
yeah,
the pure enjoyment of like, I don't have like, I need them to win type of thing. Unless, I
yeah,
mean, pause. Would love it for a Spike win because I do like aero racing. I do like them.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I don't know if Zach Brown's team will be there.
did he not
Uh
have a team?
yeah, he has an endurance team. I know he was at the 24 hours uh uh Daytona.
Okay.
And I know one year Pato did it.
Oh, nice.
Pato did it, and then young Lando did it.
Oh yes, Lando did it. He did it at Rolly. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, yeah,
I do know that I did know. I didn't know it was owned by Zach Brown though.
yeah. It was a Zach Brown. It was Zach Brown's team.
Oh, that's
I found
awesome.
I found that out. I do when I'm very bored. I dig on history of motorsports because I'm a nerd like that. Um, but I feel like there's probably it's gonna be a good race no matter what. I feel like
It's Le Mans. Like
yeah, it's Le
it's gonna
Mans.
be
It's always
great.
a good race. It's 24
Mm.
hours. Like it's gonna be cool. Um, I'm gonna try to find a live stream or something of it this weekend to watch at least a little, cause
I know. I'm gonna try to find
uh
something somewhere. I don't know. Who knows? Kara might pay money to watch it. Who knows?
yeah. Um, but is there anything else?
I don't think so.
I don't
Not
think
that I
so
have.
either. We will be eventually, we will
I'm.
film the what is
Is
stuff.
my
The
camera messed up?
No, it looks fine.
Oh, okay. It's like a little line on my phone, so sorry. I was like,
Yeah,
this is not right.
you're good. You're good. You're good. But we will be filming the What is Motorsports series eventually. Um,
Hopefully, I'm hoping it'll be summer break. That
y- Summer break, some
we'll have
F1
nothing to
summer
do on the
break.
weekends, so maybe
Yeah,
that's when,
we film
hopefully.
it, release it, do all those things. Um, and yeah, hopefully, I've convinced some of the viewers of the other podcast to watch it because we are on break for conversations with Cerny and McCurdy right now between season 1 and season 2, and everybody watching this podcast for the first episode of season 2, you guys will get actually a little sneak peek for that. Our guest is going to be someone on the show right
Oh,
here.
who? Who? Oh, me? Oh,
Yeah.
hey.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. Definitely tune into that episode. There's gonna be a lot of chit chat. Um,
Get to yap about
and
something other than motorsports. It'll be
it's
fun. Although
yeah,
it might find its way in there.
yeah. And you guys will get a lot of like backstory on how we actually started this podcast.
Yes, 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 yes. How we became friends, how all the things.
All of the things. But yeah, I think that's it. So thank you everyone for watching or listening. Please comment, like, subscribe, wherever you listen to your podcast. Do all
Smash
the
that
things
like
we
button, guys.
wait. I have something.
Really?
Like and subscribe.
Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna get a soundboard for next time. I'm gonna get a soundboard.
Yes, we need a soundboard for this for us. Do all the things YouTubers tell you to do. As always, I completely forgot to do this, but we have a ticker as well. All of our social medias will be on this ticker scrolling at the bottom. I forgot
Oh, I see them. I'm pointing the
to
wrong way.
I forgot to put it on at the beginning of the show. That was my fault. But we have those. They will also be in the description and show notes below. Race Pace Radio is a part of the McKerney Studio Podcast Network. We will see you guys in a few weeks. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
It's gonna take a second.
No, it's good. Might have to cut it, but it'll be fine.
It's fine.